202.6. So 202.6 pounds. So I've dropped exactly 5 pounds from the previous week, and that was exactly 8 days ago, which is quite a decent amount to have dropped in 1 week. I'm fairly pleased with that. I knew it would drop off quickly to start with. It will plateau out now, I'm sure. That's just how my body works. I've dropped 100 grams of carbs every day, so that's going to be a big contributing factor to that. I'm not too bothered about it. I don't usually like weighing myself when I'm cutting because, you know, you can get really mentally attached to figures, thinking, oh, I don't want to break the 200 pound barrier, things like this, just little things that can play with your mind. So I think it's worth doing a little physique update now. Do this every week in the same room, hopefully, and get similar lighting so there's no place to hide and we can see exactly how I'm looking and how my body's changing week by week now. So here we are, and I would have to say my abs have improved. I can see them a bit more, got some definition going on. I was feeling a bit bulky last week. I feel healthier this week as well, to be fair. I've lost 5 pounds, but I feel a bit more energetic and, yeah, just a bit more get up and go about me. I am an ectomorph, so yeah, I usually don't hold weight particularly well. I can drop it quite easily, as I said. So yeah, skinny guy problems, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with the shape after 1 week of cutting. Hopefully this continues as we go along, I'm sure it will. But yeah, 1 week in and a bit more ab definition. We haven't got any striations going on in the chest or the shoulder area. There's the back, if you can see that from there. And then you can see a bit of definition in my leg. And those are one heck of long legs, man. Being 6'4", you get really, really long levers, so not a lot of calf going on, a little bit of quad. So now I'm going to show you a bit of my meal prep, and yeah, I'll box up some nice meals for the next couple of days, and you can hopefully pinch some of my ideas and incorporate those in your own diets. So we're in the kitchen now, and we've got all the essential ingredients behind us. So let's take a look at what we got. And essential item number 1 is the digitalized scale. And that's going to be really important to track your macros correctly. My main protein sources for the week are these, which is chicken breast, turkey thigh mince, and egg whites. And then my main carb sources are sweet potatoes, noodles, and rice. And these noodles are really, really nice. Honestly, don't go for the cheap ones, get these Sharwoods. They actually taste amazing, you can eat them on their own even. And really low in fat as well. So meal prep is number 1 in terms of being consistent with your diet. If you're making meals in advance, you're not going to go off and buy shop bought things, processed foods and things like that. Make your meals in advance, you've got no excuses then. Just go in the fridge, pull them out, eat them, simple as that. Anybody can cook as well. I have no time for anyone who says they can't cook. If you can read, you can cook. So onion and the red pepper ready to go with the turkey thigh mince. Sweet potatoes are in the microwave already. Just whacked on the noodles to boil. I realized I had some rice pre-made, so that's a great start as well. So let's get to it. So that's how you chop those bad boys up. The turkey is in the pan now, the noodles are cooking. So I'm just draining off the noodles now, and the turkey mince is almost there. It's browned off on most sides. Give it a couple more minutes before I add the onions and the peppers in. We're almost there with that. And then I've got some seasonings here. I've got paprika and Cajun seasoning, and those will be going on the chicken, which I'll show you next. So what I've done there is just beat the meat silly, cling filmed it, got my weapon, something like a scene from Dexter here, and yeah, smashed it up so it's nice and even, pretty much a consistent level of thickness throughout, and that'll just mean it cooks quicker and more evenly throughout the whole piece of meat. So next up I will be seasoning it. So these are ready for the oven now. They're looking pretty good. Sweet potatoes are already in there. And I will stick that in for a total of 20 minutes I think, and then I'll check on them, maybe give them a flip over and just see if they're all good. So the cooking session is done behind me there. I've got everything sorted now. So we've got the sweet potato, we got the greens, we got your noodles, turkey, peppers and onions. Those bits of chicken look absolutely gorgeous. I'm not sure if you can see how moist they look on the camera, but they look really juicy. And we got the rice there as well, so I'm going to quickly box that up and show you one full day of eating now. Right, so here's the end product. I got all my food in front of me. This is typically what I eat in a normal day. This is 3,600 calories, and that's the basis of the start of my cut. Talk you through my macros real quick. So typically I'm going to be consuming 400 grams to 410 grams of carbs each day, 82 grams of fat and about 270 grams of protein. So this is all based on my particular needs due to my body type and also my height and weight and things like that. So I've worked out my protein on the basis of 1.3 grams of protein per pound that I weigh. So that gave me 270 grams of protein. I then took 20% of my daily calories and assigned them to fats. And that's just something that I've figured through trial and error that works well for me. Having a higher fat diet doesn't really sit too well with me. You know, I start to put on a little bit of excess fat from that. And if I go the other end of the scale and drop my fats too low, I start to feel really lethargic and yeah, have some poor workouts. So getting a nice range in your fats and finding what's good for you is really important. And then I fill in the rest of the calories with the carbs, so 400 to 410 grams, as I said. So typically I'll have for breakfast this, which is 200 mils of liquid egg whites, and then I'll have some porridge oats mixed in with a bit of protein. And I work a 9 to 5 job, which is quite helpful actually when it comes to dieting, because you're sat in a specific area, so you've got your desk, you've got your fridge and things like that. You can assign certain meals to certain times throughout the day and be really consistent with that. So Monday to Friday I find this a real breeze. I'll have 2 bananas throughout the day, 1 apple with my lunch, which will be the turkey mince mixed with 100 grams of rice and a sachet of the noodles. And then I will have, these are the snack throughout the day, healthy fats, cashews, 60 grams worth there. And then late afternoon I'll have 200 grams of rice, 80 grams of greens and 150 grams of chicken. This is my shake, and it contains 100 grams of oats mixed with about 50 grams of protein. And depending on how I feel, I'll have this at different times of day. So sometimes I'll have it in the morning if I feel that I need some more carbs, or sometimes I'll wait till late afternoon, have it pre-workout, get the carbs in my system and feel a really good pump. So for dinner I'll have about 200 grams of sweet potato, 150 grams of chicken again, and about 80 grams of veg. And then after the gym, nighttime, I've got a bagel left, so good source of carbs, and I will have an extra shake again, which will just be a little bit of milk, about 200 mils of milk, mixed with 50 grams of whey protein, and that's all I have. That and a shake, and that's me done for the day. Quite an easy diet to follow, plenty of food nourishing me throughout the day, and yeah, I don't get any cravings. So this meal plan's typically one day in my life for me. I will mix up carb sources and protein sources from time to time and just make sure they fit into the macronutrient profile that I've assigned to myself. I'll do a review at the end of every week, so for example today I'm going to look at my weight again, look at my macros and think, do I need to drop anything? Do I need to add anything back in? And just do another analysis. So I do that on a weekly basis just to make sure I'm staying on track and everything is still relating to me as an individual, rather than starting off week 1 with a plan and following it for 8 weeks. Obviously, as your body drops weight and things like that, you're going to have different requirements. All in all, I'm really satisfied with the diet that I've got and find it really easy to follow. Being consistent with your diet is key to making the gains and staying on track. So this is just an example of something that you could implement. I hope that you found this interesting and helpful. See you in the next video. Peace.